Hello gamers. Isn't it cool that you can see Dornmanport all the way from over here? Chenyu Vale. That one place in Sumeru. Fontaine. Isn't it cool? sometimes you just gotta look around and take things in. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I wanted to try testing some of my old teams, like old teams that I used to run back in the day in the Miliastra test dummy, because to be honest, I haven't tried them. So I'm very curious to see, these old teams that carried me back in the day. How much DPS are they actually doing? I'm very curious to know. I'm probably gonna have to change some builds around, so let me do that. Okay, one of the teams that absolutely carried me was Yalan Singcho, Bennett, Chongling. Basically, Yalan National. Back in the day, I didn't have nearly as good of like artifact quality and stuff like that, so it would have been even worse. And also this team exceeds a bit more in AoE, so could add an enemy, but I think that would throw off my idea of like DPS and stuff if I tried to do that. So let's just run it like this. How do I play this team again? Wow, yeah, I mean, this was the team I used to run. Oh, no sack sword. Oh, alright. Oh my god, it's so crazy. This team felt so good. Also really interesting to see the damage distribution. There we go. Oh, 50k. In a minute and 20 seconds, only about 4 million total damage. With 35%, basically an equal share between Yalan and Xiangling in terms of damage. But yeah, any team with Xiangling is a bit more of an AoE team, so it's kind of... But the Yalan and Singcho sort of balances it out in terms of the single target DPS. Yeah, I feel like this is lower than what I was expecting, but at the same time, it makes sense. Stuff was just so much easier to kill a few years ago. All right, next team. So the next team that comes to mind, of course, is Childe International. I have to build Childe again for this, because he's been benched for a long ass time. I think this is decent enough, right? It might not be enough ER, actually. Hold on. Okay, I was able to get 135. Crit rate is lower than I would want, but I think it's fine. And he's on 2-piece ER, 2-piece attack, so it's whatever. It'll be fine. And I'm gonna try not changing anything about anyone else. I think normally I would run Instructor on Bennett here, but I really can't be bothered to change his pieces. Alright, this one is gonna be interesting, I feel. I don't even know how to do this anymore. Okay, wait, hold on. Boom. Boom. Hold E. Alright. Like this. Okay, I need energy on Ling. Okay, everyone has energy. Yeah, this is about the best I could do. To be fair, I haven't played this team in a very long time, so it's a little bit weird to play. But yeah, there is no amount of optimization I could do that would save this team from the depths. This team is just not that good anymore, which is really unfortunate, because it was definitely really fun to play. And of course, it's a lot better in AoE because Childe has really good AoE, Xiangling has really good AoE, but I'm not going to do that today. Alright, another team I'm very curious about. Keqing, Aggravate. So let's get Fischl back on this again. I could steal Lo-Fi for a bit. I think that is probably a good idea. You know, I honestly might have better results swapping to just like a different set. I think we just want to test it on this. So this is what I have. Crit rate's a bit low, but it's okay. And we do have C1. Really don't think that's going to change that much. Oh, I forgot to change my Nahida build. I feel like I should build Nahida for damage because it might be important in this team. Bro, what the hell happened to my Eonson build? Actually, wait, what? What happened? I'm not maxing out her buff, but I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, so I remember a big problem with this team is that Nahida applies so much Dendro that it's really hard to get an Electro Swirl. So I'll have to figure out how to do this. Maybe I'll just do something like this for now, and see how it goes. Honestly, not that bad. I was expecting worse. Obviously, Fischl is the carry in this team. And yeah, Nahida does have a pretty significant damage contribution in this team. Oh, this is so crazy. This used to be one of the teams I would always run in the Abyss. And to see it only doing 47k DPS is just so crazy. And of course, I want to check out just a normal Hyperbloom team, pre-Llama, just Nahida, Yelan, Xingqiu, Kuki, and see what that is like. Like, if I was doing a back in the day test, I would do Iron Sting with Gilded, but I think I'll keep her on Flower of Paradise Lost, and I'm also going to put her on Freedom Sworn, just to get some extra EM. I expect this team to be better than the rest, because I feel like this team is a lot more recent, slash has been a lot more relevant. Yeah, this team carried me through some shit. Oh yeah, another thing to mention too is the enemy is level 100, which the level of the enemy does matter in terms of like DPS. So now, Hyperbloom exceeds like when you're doing a lot of damage over time. So I'm just gonna keep this running for a long time. I'm just gonna stay consistent. Pretty sure using Nahida's burst in this team is a time loss, so we'll just, or a DPS loss. Just not gonna use it. And there we go. 66,000 DPS. So it is definitely better than the other teams. You can see Kuki's damage contribution there. Let me pull up the reaction graph actually. 111 Hyperblooms. Yeah, I expected this team to be better. This team for a long time was the king of free-to-play investment, because all you really needed was for Kuki to be relatively invested, and that was it. Everyone else didn't really matter that much. But pretty cool to see. I think Hyperbloom definitely doesn't hold up that much these days, but yeah, definitely this team is special to me. Right, so another team we used to use was Diluc, and I think this is not going to be very good, but we will try to build him. I'm gonna put him on like Wolf's Gravestone. So I actually don't know what set is good on Diluc these days. It's not the best build of all time, but it'll do. And so the team I used to run was pretty similar to the first team I played. But instead of Xiangling, it was just Diluc. Alright, let's let's see what we're dealing with in this team.
No, my sword. Let me read you a verse. Huh? Things are about to get dicey. Going in.
Okay, okay. Diluc's crushing it, man. He's crushing it. Oh no, I'm not critting a lot on this one. I didn't crit at all on any of my skills. There you go. This was the team I was running. Probably one of the first teams I ran before I fully built Xiangling. Of course, I didn't have access to Wolf's Gravestone. I was probably using like Prototype Archaic, maybe like Gladiator. I don't even know, but this is probably the best this team has ever performed, and it's still only 33k, which is just so funny. Okay, last team I'm gonna try. This definitely isn't nearly as old of a team, but I want to try Gaming with Cloud Retainer and Farina. I'm gonna assume Mailed Flower is the best here. Alright, it's looking decent enough. Oh my god, the energy recharge is still too low though. Alright, I still don't think he has enough ER, but let's just try it. I remember this team, it's like an absolute pain to get a Pyro Swirl, so I don't even know if I'll get it. Okay. And her energy seems to be fine as well. Okay, that's about all I can do. Let me just stop the test here. You know what? Not that bad, especially because Gaming hits in a pretty big AoE as well. Definitely better than I was expecting, honestly. And these days, Gaming Melt is the real star of the show, but this was a team I just used a lot in the Abyss, so I really wanted to try it. Yeah, it's just crazy to see how far, like, the Genshin meta has evolved, and power creep and stuff, and I'm not even like that old of a player. Like I've been around for maybe just over like half of Genshin's lifetime. So people who were playing teams, you know, like physical Zhongli or physical Kaya or stuff like that, like those teams are probably cooked. But these were just the teams that I would use. It's just so crazy to see. And it wasn't even that long ago either. It kind of just felt like even right before Nodcry, I was still using Hyperbloom as a valid team that was actually good. But alright, I think that's all the testing I wanted to do. Sorry if I don't have that many old characters that I can test. These are the teams that came to the top of my head. But yeah, I will see you guys around. Bye bye.